Hey everyone, I want to speak to you about a game I just backed on Kickstarter called Shards from Citadel Studios. It's a game heavily inspired, this is their own words, heavily inspired by the grandfather of MMOs, Ultima Online. Okay, I paraphrased there, but Ultima Online would be considered the grandfather of all MMOs. It is going to be an online sandbox game, and they're claiming to break away from the conventions of normal MMOs. Things like levels, classes, quest grinds. And to be fair, they've provided a very handy table to show you just how they are breaking away from modern MMO conventions. For example, the game price, the base price, when you go into the shop or online to buy the game, will be less than half price the average modern MMO. At just $30. Myself working in pounds, that equates to what, £20-25. Most games in Britain would be about £40. So that's a big chunk of change saving. My wife might even sign off on me buying that. The other thing is subscription prices. Most modern MMOs are claiming $15. That's probably about right. But they're saying it'll be optional, so you'll still be able to play. So does that mean it's free to play? Well, not really, because you have to buy the game. But it does mean you don't have to subscribe. There'll be skill-based character development versus class and level-based, which sounds really good. I tend to find class-based is quite boring. I like to mix it up a bit. So you'll be able to have different skills, to create your own character, and do your own thing. They're not having any quest-based content, or at least they're having more dynamic content, which means you won't just rinse and repeat the same quests. I would hope they would have some kinds of quests, but it wouldn't be a case of that's the only thing to do. This one gets me, the multiverse spanning many genres, and they've versed that against high fantasy genre. Now, does that mean they're going to have a space age? Who knows? Only time will tell. The unlimited custom rule sets. Now, that I can talk about a bit later. That's based on what the game, I suppose, is named after. The amount of worlds or shards or servers that, for the purpose of the game, they call it shards. But I will speak about that a bit later. And living virtual world, rather than, I guess, you have the same type of mob spawn every time. It'll be free roaming animals, and NPCs, etc. Which I think sounds an excellent thing to have. So, I mentioned the unlimited custom rule sets. Now, that comes from the idea of having shards or servers. And basically, this game sounds like it's going to be quite vast. So, it'll be interesting how they do this. But the idea is you have a shard, or server, or world, that will be a world all of its own. But it will be connected to a larger server, or as they call it, cluster, and connected to many others through portals, which cluster admins can set up and allow you to transport yourself between the different shards. And the thing about this is all these will be run by players, I think. I think there will be some done by Citadel Studios. However, it sounds like you're going to be able to run your own one, have your own custom rules, have your own server, which sounds great. It means people, if they don't like how one person plays it, they can move in or make their own. And I'm assuming that's where the subscription will come into. You'll be able to play the game, but you may not be able to have your own server unless you have the subscription. Other things that this game has been noted to have are they're going to be having player housing, and it doesn't look like there's going to be custom houses, as you can see by the pictures I've put up. But there will be interior decorating, and basically you'll be able to place it. If you see an empty plot of land, you'll be able to build your house. There'll be areas that are empty, and you'll be able to just build away. Which is good. Everyone likes, to have their own castle, and no matter how big the castle is, it's your home, and that's what I enjoyed about other MMOs I've played. So the other thing's crafting and NPC employment. Now, that sounds interesting. I myself, while playing Ultima Online, enjoyed trading and, you know, the barter, the running of a shop. And the picture you see here, the quote is, "You can even run an entire trade empire without lifting a finger." That to me sounds like you can hire NPCs to do all your work for you. And I suppose you'll need money to do that, so you'd have to get your capital behind you, but that sounds quite interesting. I don't know why you would want to not run your own business, but maybe it allows you to do other things like go out and fight and join in other servers. The other things that I've seen is there seems to be different classes of players, not characters, players. So there's the gods that will basically run clusters as admins, I would say, and they'll have different powers, whether it be adding a portal, changing rules, etc. Then you'll have server admins or shard admins that can run player events by taking control of certain monsters, adding special items, teleporting here and there. But you'll also be able to ban people from your shard if they don't play by the rules, by griefing other players, for example. As you can see by the picture I've put up, that gives you all the different things that you'll be able to do as a server admin or a god. And obviously there's the different rule sets. So basically, I think this game's on to a winner, and that's why I've chosen to back it. I'm going to leave you now with the trailer of the gameplay. I hope you enjoy it. I'll leave all the links you need to their Facebook, Twitter and their Kickstarter page, and you can have a read yourself and check it out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching everyone, please subscribe.